Well, folks, looks like Starbreeze managed to pull off one more big news update for Payday 3 before July came to an end, as the compensation items, the extra cosmetics that were added to Payday 3 to compensate for the DLC pricing change with Boys in Blue, have finally hit the game about 4 weeks after they were supposed to. I'll give you a quick rundown of what's going on, how you get them, and when they'll unlock, but before that, as always, please click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all future Payday 3 news. It's a short video though, so let's get to it. These compensation items, as I've said in previous videos, there are 5 sets of items that were originally meant to be microtransactions, but they're being added into Payday 3 to compensate for the changing of the DLC pricing from Boys in Blue onwards. These items were supposed to be added alongside the Boys in Blue update. For anyone who said since that wasn't clear and I've made an assumption, just look at their dev blog, which lists everything they were going to do to change the pricing starting with Boys in Blue, or even more evidently, the most recent dev update video, which explained everything coming in that specific Boys in Blue update, and the compensation items were in there.
Just in time for Boys in Blue, we'll have finalized the new DLC pricing strategy. We're adding content for anyone who bought syntax error, silver or gold as compensation, and lowering the price of the upcoming DLCs. We hope you'll be happy with the new price. We know money is tight all around, and we'll do our best to respect that.
These were delayed for that long, unfortunately, but they're finally here. Well, almost here. You see there's a follow-up tweet at the bottom that says, for Steam and Epic owners, you will get these items automatically with no need to do anything, but for console owners, so Xbox and PlayStation, you have to visit your respective storefront to claim and download the free offering available to your tier. It may take up to 24 hours to show on your account though, so do bear that in mind. Now, I haven't seen anybody say on PC yet that they've got access to the items, so I wonder if that 24 hours actually applies more generally to both platforms, and that's just a text formatting thing. But either way, within the next day, we should have them. I will be going live on Twitch later tonight at 7 PM BST. By the time this video goes out, that's in about 2 hours time, over at twitch.tv/RedArcherLive. You can come and check me out, and maybe the items will be out by then. Who knows? We will see. But just in case you wanted a very brief rundown as to what items are unlocked for what tier, in case you haven't seen the news until this point, basically because Syntax Error was massively overpriced and everyone called Starbreeze out for it, they agreed to drop the price for future DLCs, but that then impacted the overall value for those who bought the Silver and Gold editions of Payday 3, as well as people who just bought Syntax Error on its own. So they're releasing these groups of cosmetics. Some are just outfits, some come also with gun variants, so same weapons that are already in the game, but with different visual appearances and set attachments for them. They were originally intended to be microtransactions in the game, but since that system's been abandoned for the time being, the items that were going to be in that storefront have been offered as compensation to try and account for the balancing in the changing of prices. If you only bought the Syntax Error DLC and not the Silver or Gold edition, you get 3 of the 5 sets: the Drifter Pack, the Preacher Pack, and the Island Skin. This one here on the end, the Preacher Pack here, and also the Island Skin here. If you get the Silver edition of Payday 3 though, if you already own it, or if you buy it now I assume, you will also get the Heavy Hitter bundle, which comes with the suit and Veteran Ranger weapon, which you can see here, this one here. And then finally, the Gold edition will also give you the Genteel Cut outfit as part of the Assassin Pack with a Lance Sniper variant, which you can see here. So 2nd, 3rd, and 5th for Syntax Error, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 5th for Silver, and then all 5 for Gold. As I've said, because these outfits have not yet released, I have been trying to get footage of them. There's a couple of ways that I'm going to be checking on Xbox throughout the night, and please in the comment section, if any of you see anything to do with these items dropping, let me know. I'll update a pinned comment as and when we hear more. But for the Xbox players among you, what I would suggest is first off checking your installation on whatever device it's put on. It could be they pop up down here. It might not happen, but it's worth checking to be safe. But the way they say it should happen, so the way I would obviously check first, is also checking in the Microsoft Store. And I'm assuming based on how they've worded it, it will appear as an add-on in this list of DLC. Obviously, it's not there yet. It depends on when Microsoft and also Sony update their storefronts, but it should show up there at some point. So just keep an eye out on the storefront, and hopefully eventually those items will appear in the next 24 hours. If you want extra information on DLC pricing changes in case you missed the previous news, I will link Devblog 17 down here, which came out a couple of weeks before Boys in Blue last month, so you can read up on everything in case you've missed any of the information until now. But either way, that's about everything you need to know. I think it's a real shame and a disappointment that these outfits took so long to come out. I mean, just looking at them, it is only 5 cosmetic sets already ready and made to be microtransactions. I don't know what held it up or why it took so long. I'm not impressed by that, but as far as I'm concerned, we got them in the end, so better late than never. That means that there's still only one big question mark now hanging over the game, and that is, where is that roadmap? When's it going to be public? Hopefully, since they finally managed to pull this off in July, that leaves us with next month to get the roadmap. Hopefully, we'll eventually get it. Either way, that's today's very brief news update. Hope you enjoyed the compensation items, assuming they do release in the next 24 hours as promised. Make sure you click the like button if you enjoyed this news update to help get it out on the algorithm for more Payday fans to see. And as I've already said, make sure you subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all future Payday 3 news. I'll see you over on Twitch later tonight, or just in a future video later in the week or next week. It depends on when the blog comes out. As I mentioned earlier, I may not be able to get get that video out on Friday if I don't get access to the blog early. So if it's a couple days late, bear with me. I will make a video on whatever that blog is when it comes out. Take care. See you all soon. Enjoy the items.